What's up, guys? I'm Mike.
And I'm Luke.
And today we're reviewing all the blue cards from OP09 Emperors in the New World. We're reviewing every single color, video by video. Green and red are already out, but if you're watching blue the day it comes out, members have access to all of our videos up to 2 weeks early. You can have access to all our color guides right now. So if you support the channel, help us make some cool content here, and potentially hiring some new people soon. You can help us by getting a membership. Ad-free viewing also when you're early, so you don't gotta watch any of these ads. But today we're reviewing Blue, the Clown King of Chaos himself. Buggy is here, along with some interesting other alt archetype blue cards in this set. But before we get into things, guys, of course we gotta let you know how we look at our cards. We have the power scale 1 through 5. Cards that we rate a 1 are absolutely unplayable. Why would you ever sleeve these up, let alone even put them in your bulk box? Put them right in the trash. 3s are basically your middle ground. You're not looking to build your deck around these cards, but you're happy to include them, and they will really impact your games when you are playing them in the right decks. And of course, at the very top end, the 5s are absolutely game warping cards that will change the way you play your matches or build your decks for major events. These are cards like Genko Morio, which are some of the most powerful, most influential cards in the game based on how you build your deck if you're in black and how you're going to play around black decks in an upcoming format. And of course, we're in 09 and we already have 1 card added to our 5 list already. You can go back and watch the other videos to find out which one that is. But today we're starting with blue, and of course, that means our brand new, finally to the game, Buggy Leader. Wait. Sauce.
I love it. I love Buggy in a Snuggie. It's real fun.
Buggy is, of course, a 5-life blue leader for Emperors and Cross Guild. But activate main, put 5 of your Dawn into rest, and discard 1 card from your hand to play up to 1 character with Cross Guild from your hand.
Yeah, so I was originally trashing on this card. I was trashing on this leader originally, just because I wasn't aware of what it could do, but it is a leader that
whoa, pause. I wasn't aware of your game, sir. I'm sorry.
Yeah, exactly. I apologize. I was not aware of your game. But really what it was I was thinking a leader ability that comes online on turn 3 onward, that really speaks to a weak early and mid game. But then I got the thing, I'm well, the early and mid game in One Piece is already kind of middling anyway, so who really cares? Things really do kick off at turn 3 anyway. So.
I think also the fact that it requires your entire primary resource to activate as well. So it's not for example, with Do Quixote Do Flamingo Blue Leader, where it's yeah, it costs a bunch of Dawn, but typically you're paying that Dawn cost and you have a lot of extra Dawn to maneuver with, or even leaders like the new Red Shanks card, which require no resources to actually use the effect over and over again. This costs half of the maximum resources you can play in the game, so it definitely better have some strong support coming with it.
Correct, yeah. And another thing to think about also is that you are going down cards in hand to activate this leader ability, which kind of puts you in precarious situations. So those first 2 turns where you're not really able to do anything, you kind of need to take that life. Telegraphically, you just have to be I'm gonna take that card, so I have an extra card that I might actually discard something from hand to even activate this ability. So that's another thing to think about when thinking about this leader and what it does. So
yeah, for me, I think I have to give this leader a 2.5, unfortunately, because we grade our cards within a vacuum, how they're printed, what they are, and what they could be without looking at other pieces. And to me, the biggest punishing thing about this card is not just that it's only playing cross-skill cards, which are a small select number of characters within overall One Piece, at least at the current time of this recording, but it's also monocolored, so it means you can only play the versions of those cards that exist in blue. So it's not like you can play cross-skill cards that are in purple, that are in green, that are in yellow in the future, as I'm sure we'll get another Crocodile leader, as I'm sure we'll get a blanking on who else is there. We'll finally get a Mihawk leader, right?
Yeah.
And so all that card support won't really filter into this leader long term unless they just are nope, only ever blue, which is kind of boring also.
Yeah.
So as it is right now, gotta definitely give this a 2.5.
Yeah, I'm settling around 2.5 and 2, because this is one of those leaders. I mean, a lot of the leader cards in this set are contingent on the way that the set builds them up, right? Shanks is contingent on the red-haired pirates that come in red. Lum is contingent on the Odyssey cards that come out. Or Len?
Lim.
Because
then I can't say Rim Joe. Luke, what do you give this Buggy leader?
Yeah, this is a 2. This is a 2 for me.
cool. Might play higher with the cards it gets, but definitely the way it's printed, it's like not super exciting. It's kind of, I feel like this could be like an Iceberg situation, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like you look at Iceberg and you're, actually no, this is way worse than Iceberg. Iceberg free play stuff for -1 on.
Yeah,
What am I
yeah.
saying? Iceberg is goated. Moving on, Alvida.
on.
Can we talk about how they made her look like a high school girl here?
Let's talk about how those pants are very flesh colored.
Well, I think it's more because of the text box over it.
Absolutely, but it's not helping the case.
No, it's not
like, if you
helping at all.
squint, you
Yeah,
know,
it
like-
looks like a naked high school girl, and she's like, how old is Alvida? I feel like she's like a whole ass woman, right?
I thought she's like 38 at least.
Yeah,
I don't
like
know.
she's a
She
whole
always
ass
felt
woman,
like-
right? Hold on.
Yeah, yeah.
How old is Alvida? One Piece. 27. Yeah, so that's
27.
That's some TikTok filter shit right there.
I don't know. I've seen 27-year-old Asian women. They probably look like, you know.
Like this?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
anyway, Alvida is a 5/6 and 1K counter, and when KO'd, if your leader is cross guild, play a character costs 5 or less other than Alvida from your hand.
I think this is pretty good. These cards are hard to grade in a vacuum because they're for the leader, right? Like,
Yeah, I think this is like a pretty powerful one. Outside of like the obviously being leader locked here,
Yeah.
I think this is like a 3 because it's a 5/6 major body that replaces itself. Obviously,
Yeah.
replacing from hand is worse than replacing from trash because it's not upgrading the cost. Like if you have to play like a 7 from hand, that'd be fire. But since you're only playing another 5 from hand, it means that you really need to recoup on playability to get value off this. Otherwise, you're just extending another resource.
playing a 7 from hand in this deck is crazy because
I'm talking about anything, not just this deck. Luke, you're too buggy pilled from your guy, okay?
I'm too
pilled.
far ahead.
You're too
I'm
buggy
seeing the
ball
future.
pilled.
This card's a 3. This card's a 3 because yes, it replaces itself when it KOs. That's good enough. It could just replace itself with its own card, right? So that's fine.
No, it can't. It says other than Alvida. Nope.
Other than Alvida, my bad.
Yep.
Sorry. I meant like it could replace it with another 5/6.
Yes, due to its own ability.
Like,
yes,
yeah,
yes.
yeah. So that's cool. Yeah, it's a 3.
It feels like just like a combo extender basically, or like a board game extender, kind of like a worse version of spoiler alert, the new Kuzan coming out in OP10.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're fine with this.
Yeah.
Next is Izo, one of our non-cross-scale cards for the set for blue. A 3/4 1K counter, Wano, wipe your pirates, and when attacking, look at top 5 cards of your deck for 1 Wano country or wipe your pirates card, add it to your hand, then place the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order, and discard 1 card from your hand. This one's weird to me because if it was an on-play search either type, and then you also trash a card, I think I'd be like chill with it. But the fact that it's a understated when attacking ability to do it, so it has to survive the on-play turn cycle.
Yeah.
Then it has to attack. You have to invest Dawn if the attack means anything, unless they like left the Bonnie rested or something, right? And then you also don't go up a card. I don't know. Like I know you get 2 card types, and these 2 card types are very powerful. But Wano Country is not in blue. So unless we're about to get like, unless they're flagging, yo, OP11 blue Wano Country coming in, you know, this feels like it's mostly just Marco plus like you know, the extended characters from Wano that are on the Wipe Your Pirates.
I wish like it was helping set up Marco. I wish it was like putting something back on top of the deck.
Yeah, if it was a Perona, if it was like a combo extender where it's like you're getting card selection in the hand, so it's like check top 5, put 1 into your hand, put the rest on top in any or bottom in any order, like your choice, like Perona kind of style, and then you discard a card. Like even on top of all that, I think we'd be higher on this card.
That would be great. Yeah,
or if it was a 2K, if it was a 2K counter, I'd also be higher on this card.
Because really, what it feels like is like it just feels like a bunch of negatives with 1 positive, right?
It's not. It's just selection. It's not like value, right?
Yeah.
And
exactly.
again, it's already kind of pushed to be in the leader that's already giving you card selection. So because of that, I'm gonna give this a 2.5.
I'm giving it 2.
Really? Okay.
I'm giving it 2. I'm giving it 2 because like it's just I don't know. I don't like playing cards like this for 3. It just feels like a waste, especially when other cards do something similar for 1, you know? So
Totally. I think in my brain, it's it at least has a role in like the we are just going big only decks where it's like we don't care about our early game, we're trying to slam big hot top end, and in that way this makes a better use of the early game to make sure you have counter power plus top end in your hand. But that's still a niche, but I think it fits that niche very well, so I have to give it just a little bit bump personally. Next up, Kabaji. Is this the one that's banned or is the lion banned?
No. Wait, I don't think any. No. It's
No, the original one, not this
it
one.
is.
Like the original one.
Okay. Yes.
Kabaji's the one that's banned, right? All right,
Yes,
so back
Kabaji's banned,
back from the dead, a 5/5 2K counter with cross guild. And if you have Buggy or Moji as your character on board, this character cannot be KO'd in battle. I think it's like this pretty fine effect for a 2K counter that's a lethal attacker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
2.5, maybe 3.
2.5. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll give it a. You know what? I'll give it a 3. I'll give it a 3 because of what I know about it. So.
Okay. We're playing inside baseball here.
Yeah.
Crocodile Rock is here. Hold on. There we go. That's a really nice card.
Cool.
Although, the way they did the shading on the left eye looks like it has an eye patch on.
Yeah, 100%. I kind of prefer
right?
the original.
And the eye line, the eye line's also kind of off. Look at his right eye.
Yeah, it's a little
Look at his left
fucky.
eye. Yeah. Like his right eye is looking off to the left. Or sorry.
Yeah.
His left eye is looking off to the left and his right
Like
eye
down and
is looking
left and
down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Weird.
But the rest of the art in this is fire. It is a 7/7 1K counter. Former Baroque Works and Cross Guild. And then when played, 7 costs, so you can't cheat it. Play up to one of your characters from your hand would cost 5 or less, including Cross Guild or Baroque Works.
Yeah, see, remember when you were like, oh, Alvida should cheat out of 7? I'm like,
No, I didn't say it should. I didn't say it should. I said it's less exciting because you're not upgrading any value and you're spending a card from hand.
it would
Let's
be
clear.
so great. Can you imagine KOing that Alvida and then like 2
Croc
bodies come out?
But also, again, like you would lose 2 cards from your hand still. So like
true,
there is like a trade-off, you know?
There is a very good trade-off, but on the backswing, can you imagine punishing that Alvida? And then just like,
100%.
oh, it'd be so bad. I'll be like, yeah, I'll go down 2 cards. It's fine.
But yeah, this card's interesting. I'm always a big fan of cards like this, the 9-cost Sanji, right? Where it's like, we're gonna multiplay some value here and try to like roll like either going wide or getting like multiple on-play triggers.
Yeah.
This one for me as a 7/7 feels a little weaker. I almost like wish these cards are usually like 7/8 with not counter than being like flat stated with counter. I think this is more of a concession for the design of the leader though specifically, so I'm not gonna be too harsh on that. And given that, I'm gonna give this a 4.
Yeah, it's definitely suffering from Ben Beckman syndrome of like fair statted and like banger on play.
Ben Beckman trashes.
Yeah, dude. Oh, so good. I think I gave Ben Beckman a 4, so I'm gonna give this a 4.
Yeah, if it was just cross scaled, I'd probably give it like a 3.5, but because it's also Baroque Works, I'm down to give it a 4.
Yeah, I like that it interacts with its old stuff, so it's good.
Yeah, and it can play, unlike the other cards so far that like need to have Buggy Leader, this does not. So you can play this in like blue purple Croc, for example, or mono blue Croc, and still get a lot of value out of that.
Yeah.
Another one of our offset blue cards, Kozuki Oden. 9 cost, 10,000 power. Watch out for this card in your sealed events that you play. Double attack, and then when KO, draw 2, discard 1 from your hand. So you do replace yourself off this card, which is pretty nice. But it has no counter, and it is a no on playability double attack.
Yeah.
So in a color set that doesn't like you can't even play as a Kinemon and discount it by 1, you know.
You know. This is kind of cool though, because it just sees Blackbeard. It's like, yeah, fuck you.
No, for sure. I mean, like, I definitely think this has like a place in terms of like revolving around the new stun counter that Blackbeard presents, which we'll get into in our Black Color Guide. But it's more exciting than the average card that's like this. Like the first thing that comes to mind here is like, and it's not nearly as good, but is that like a 8/10 Mihawk or 7/9 Mihawk? I feel like this is like a 3.
I think it's
pushing
a
3.5.
Yeah, I think it's a 3, and it would be really cool to see like future like 9/10s like this where they just happen to be a 9/10 beat stick with like double attack. I think that would be a kind of cool design direction of like, hey, big guy, hit twice. Yeah, that's kind of cool.
I guess you play this in Queen if Queen came back.
That'd be cool. Oh, that'd be cool.
You play for
really
9
cool.
and then you select the Queen. Yeah.
Yeah, that's neat. Sanji plays this, right? Or Sanji could play that. Right?
Sanji could. Yeah.
That's
9
cool. Yeah.
Next up is Dracule Mihawk. Let's get the good one. Bam! Looking tough. 6/7.
I love Puss in Boots, dude.
6/7 blocker, and then when played, draw 2 cards and discard 1 card from your hand. So it's a little filtering, but you can't cheat him out with Bucky. A nice piece of filtering here with block. I'm always a big fan of like blocker plus card advantage. You do draw 1 off this card to replace it, so it's very like Queen-esque in that way, and you do not trash or Dawn minus on the play in. It's also generic. So you could just play this card in blue decks in general, but obviously you get extra value cheating it into play with the Buggy ability. And of course, you can roll this into play with Croc, right? Or is it 5? 5 or less. So you can't roll it.
It's 5 or less. You can't.
But still a great tool. Not having counter is the one little bit downside here, but I think we take those as they are.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say It's at least a 3.5. I want to give it a 4, but I think I'm going to say with 3.5. Because I think it's gonna play more like a 4 because of.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, it's gonna play like a 4. It's
but in every
like
other blue deck, which I could see you justify playing this in some blue decks, this is more of a 3.5.
Yeah.
So I gave it 3.5.
I feel like the fact that it's just cross guild though is, and not making it warlord, so you can't find it all Sengoku or anything like that, and like the flamingo like makes it kind of sad. The fact that it's cross guild traded actually makes me push it down to 3. Like if it's solo traded like that.
Yeah, that's fair. I see it as like blue decks like blue purple croc and blue croc specifically, right? Where we're trying to build a late game and just like accrue like small value until we start like haymaking. Want this card because it is a mid game blocker that generates card advantage and selection, which blue just does not have right now. Everything is basically like either just drawing cards blind with no filtering or without properly like putting down a blocker body, or it's like rearranging your top deck. So I think this is just a tool we don't have, and so it gets a little extra value from that.
Yeah, feels right.
Following up with that is little old Jozu, little old me.
What the heck is that?
It's Jozu when they're fighting Roger Pirates.
Oh, okay, all right, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
he's just a little boy here. He's just a
I was just like, what the hell? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, dude, he was goated from the start. He always had the fruit going, baby. Yeah, 4/6 vanilla, but it's Whitebeard traded, so kind of means something because you know the legacy. 2.
Yeah. 2. That's kind of interesting too. He's. It looks like the diamonds are coming off of his arm. Do you think they just like mine Jozu for like money sometimes?
I'm gonna say I don't know, and I don't want to explore this further. Nami is up. Hold on. This card is absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, good card.
1/1, 1K counter. When attacking, look at top of the cards in your deck and add a blue event card, placing the rest at the bottom. Sorry, adding it to your
It's
hand.
Blue Buggy. It's Blue Buggy.
Yeah, this is this is the card that will break the Nami mirror matches when those are back in favor again. Is like, oh, like right now we're on Hanger, and then we're gonna be on Nami when attacking. Although Hanger might still be better in some cases because you get to use it the turn you play it. But this card, I think it's like very niche suited, but it's doing it in such a powerful way, coming in on turn 1. That I think I gotta show this some respect and give it a 4.
When attacking feels hard for me.
I think you're just giving it up to search basically. You're just like, you're playing it, you're attacking. Like, so you go first, right? You play it, you untap on 3, you attack with no dawn on it. You just get your you get your card selection right. Like obviously you're playing this in events matter deck. You're not playing this in like basic blue decks. Yeah. And then you get to block with it essentially because your opponent has to.
Is Hanger a plus 1K also?
Hanger is also plus 1K. Yes.
Okay. And Hanger's a 2, right?
Yes, I believe. I'm talking about this as a general blue card though too. I'm not even just saying in just not me. Oh, there he is. There he is. There he is. Oh, his name is just Hanger. I don't know why that was like a. I don't know why I thought that was like a.
Oh, you trashed a card in hand to do this.
Yes. That's why I'm saying it's like it's a different type of card that like fills similar roles.
Like filter, yeah.
Yeah, so I think this is a 4. This thing long term has a lot of value as like the game may make more impactful events. Obviously being blue traded only for events is like a little rough. Like you can't like play this on a blue red deck and then get like jet pistol right. But there is nothing else doing what it's doing, and it's doing it in the most efficient way possible, which is just it's a 1-drop. You do it immediately, and then your opponent has to kill it with so it blocks, or you're gonna keep getting value.
It's gonna be so cool when I Rebecca and then Brooke this. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, sure. I mean, that's just black being black. Right? But that's a trade-off, right? It's like you're getting the most like early game value like possible. So that, and then you trade off the fact that it's like, hey, it's like very fragile. So like you either, but you also invested so little. It's like, do you really care? You're like, okay, whatever. Yeah. And then if you're in like Nami specifically, let's go back to like where we really want this, which is in Nami. You play it on 1, you attack on 2, and then you bounce at the hand when they attack back.
I can't correctly assess this actually, so I'm gonna just give it 3. Like all this to say that I'm not a good blue player, so I can't really actually accurately assess this. So I'm gonna give it a 3.
All right, moving on.
In my head, like when attacking feels bad, but whatever. It's fine.
That's fair. We have Buggy, of course. Wait, hold on. We can go higher. Can we get much higher? I like that he's in Homer's Snuggie or like Snuggie.
Super Snuggie. Yeah.
No, what is it? What is it that Homer wears in the episode?
I have no idea.
And then saves the reactor.
I have no idea.
God, what is that? What is it again?
You're the Simpsons guy. I'm the South Park guy.
That's true.
We're not the same.
There we go. There we go. That's what it has a name though. A Moo. It's a Moo. That's what it is.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, he's in a Moo.
Okay.
Buggy in his Moo is a 10 cost 12K 12k power character. 4 Emperors cross guild. When played, place up to one of your opponent's characters at the bottom of your deck. After that, or about their deck, sorry. After that, if you do not have 5 characters that cost 5 or more, place this card on the bottom of your deck. So this is obviously like a really hard evaluation, so I think we gotta like really give it the, it is this, but it plays like this. Because on the face value, this is like a 2.5, 3 in my opinion.
This is a dog card, dude, on face value.
But when you're saying like, hey, I can use Buggy Leader to just pay 5 bottom deck anything, and then if I'm really ahead on the board state, I'll keep the 10-12 for 5. Then it's playing like a 4.5.
Oh,
So
Mike.
this runs the gambit.
Mike.
Yeah.
You could play 2 of these on your 10 Dawn turn.
Wait, is the Buggy Leader not once per turn?
It is not once per turn.
Oh!
You can play 2 of these.
I'm upgrading. Hold on, I'm upgrading Buggy Leader. Buggy Leader is a 3. Is a 3. I thought it was a once per
that's what I'm
turn.
saying.
I must have read that shit wrong, or I just didn't process.
Yeah, I didn't read it wrong, and I still graded it what I graded it because like, so, yeah, you could potentially like if this is number 4, if you have 4 characters on board, right? Alvida was able to successfully like make sure that the on KO scared her opponent enough to not play it, and then like you got the multi-play off of Crocodile, and then you have Mihawk, right?
Yep.
Boom, right? And then you play Buggy, bounce their Teach back into their like bottom of their deck, right?
Yeah.
And then you're like, okay, and then I swing with Alvida or something, and then I play Buggy again.
Yeah,
Dude.
that's really good.
Really good.
I think this card plays like a 2.5 generically on face value. Or sorry, it is like a 2.5 on face value. But then the way it's actually designed to be played within the greater ecosystem, it's gonna feel like a 4.5.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's gonna feel oppressive. It's
killer.
gonna feel really bad. Yeah.
We got Marco here, young little Marco, 3/5. During your opponent's turn, you may discard one card from your hand. When this card is KO'd by an opponent's card effect, you may play it from trash rested. So just continuation of the Marco saga. The whole cycle of, hey, can't die, buddy, but I'm here. This one, notably, only 2 card effects, so does not count about combat if you were to like have the rest of the attack into it. So that being said, just like a 3, maybe as low as a 2.5, but I'm gonna give it 3. 3/5. 3/5 that can come back is pretty good.
Yeah, I'll give it a 3. That'd be cool if like if Zoro could come back. So that'd be, yeah.
Yeah, like it's narrow, like it's narrow recursion, but also this recursion doesn't exist for anything under 4 right now. If I'm not mistaken. So
which is kind of cool. I like this. I mean, like you play it and then like you're like, yeah, go ahead, Lucci-me. Go ahead, like remove it. Jacket. Do it. I swear.
Yeah, you have to swing into it, so you have to waste an attack, which is kind of nice.
Yeah. This is really cool.
Moji's here. 5/5, 2k counter, cross guild. When you play this card, look at top 5 cards of your deck and reveal 1 Ritchie, add it to your hand, then place the bottom and play up to 1 Ritchie from your hand. So this is our Ohm, but it has 2k counter, which is pretty fire.
Yeah.
And the on play is not during your turn. So if Alvida dies, you get the on play trigger on their turn.
Yep.
So you can potentially multiplay. So let's quickly just get to Ritchie. I'll just skip through some stuff. There we go. Ritchie here is a 2/2 with blocker.
Yep. Pretty
Honestly,
good.
Better than the monkey. Better than the monkey we saw.
Way better than monster. Right?
Yeah.
Monster. Yeah.
I'm good, and it's also cross guild and animals. I'm gonna give Ritchie a 3.5. This is a pretty killer 2k counter.
Yeah. Moji's really good. Moji's really good. I think the same thing. 3.5.
Ritchie's like a 2.5 just because it has a combo piece.
Yes, 100%. Yeah.
Why did I think this was a real photo the second it loaded at first? The art on this, like the way it just like spawned on my screen, it just like looked like it was like a photo for a second.
That's just a man. That's just a guy.
That's just a dude.
You know what this like pose always reminds me of is the fucking Omega Man, Omni-Man.
Omni-Man,
like
yeah.
the squat like with the big dumpy Omni-Man. Yeah.
5/7 cross guild form Baroque works. Normally we give this card a 2, and I'm going to continue to give it a 2, but we have to obviously make the asterisk this card plays like a 3.5 or a 3, I'd imagine, because you can just play it off the croc. It's the classic like, hey, we just want the big body because we're going to do things with big bodies efficiently in this deck, so.
Yeah.
It's like with Purple Luffy's like, I'll just play the 3/5, I'll play the 7/9 just because I'm going to get there quicker.
Yeah. This honestly is going to be the trend for all of these blue cards, is that they're going to feel like ass like by themselves. But then like when you put them in the idea of like, oh, but this combos off that, this combos off that.
Yeah,
then,
this one's really just the croc though is the thing, right? So it's like it's way more narrow. Like Buggy plays this, and you're like, I could have just played this, but yeah. Mr. 3 is here. He's the 1/2 on-play searcher for top 4. He actually gets cross-guild or Baroque Works, which is pretty great except for himself. So you can just play this in Baroque Works decks as well, especially like Blue Croc decks. And then adds to your hand, placing the rest at the bottom. No discard needed. 2 types. Gets either. And 1 being a legacy, 1 being the current. I might give this a 3.5.
Yeah, 3.5 is a good searcher. Well, actually, what did we give Uta? 3?
I gave her less because she's not she's not traded for the thing it's in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember that. Remember that.
Yeah,
Cross Guild. They did a great job with this one. This one looks great. One drop event. Look at top 4 for a Cross Guild card. Add to your hand. Place the rest on the bottom. Trigger activates card's main effect. It's interesting that this is only top 4. It insinuates that how good the card selection this deck is, because every other event is 1 drop top 5, even if it has trigger. That being said, on the face value, it's objectively worse. So I'm gonna give it a 1.5 instead of a 2 like I usually give it.
Yeah, a 1.5 also. I don't understand. I don't think the card selection is that good that it has to, like, you know, subtract 1 from the cards that get revealed. So yeah,
it's interesting.
I don't understand. I guess because you could even Shanks We're Here or whatever, like, triggers this main effect. So no,
I think the Shanks one's just draw a card.
Oh,
I could be wrong.
JK, that's probably the trade-off then. Like, you still get this active?
Isn't like the original Straw Hat one activate main?
Also trigger?
Yeah, it definitely is. Some are and some aren't, and this one isn't. This one gets, but maybe they're trying to move away from it. This could just be them being like, hey, we think that's too powerful, so we're like, we've started doing draw a card, or it's gonna be 4 if we activate main. So maybe that's what it is. But objectively, compared to the rest of the card pool, it's worse. So I gotta give it a 1.5.
I'm giving it a 1.5 too, because 4 cards is dumb.
Special Muggy Buggy Ball. Ignore the Maggie. 2 drop main event. Your opponent returns one of their characters who costs 6 or less to their hand. Trigger, return a character who costs 3 or less to its owner's hand. So the front play, your opponent chooses, so it's like an edict effect for Magic. And then on the back half, you get to choose on trigger.
Wait, this is good.
Yeah, so it's good. It's good in the sense that it's a 2 drop that can hit a 6, but your opponent chooses. So they have multiple characters. They're gonna return the worst version.
I think timing wise, like, you know, like whatever their timing is good. Yeah.
Well, because you can cheat. You can like cheat buggies in the play to hit like certain things and like narrow the board too.
Or you could even just like you could just like backswing into their board and then like play this for 2 and remove it, right?
Yeah, I think this like, actually, like, this will definitely play in Buggy, but I think as a blue card, I actually think this card is better suited in like blue purple, blue black decks, as opposed to like putting it into like a random blue mono deck that isn't Buggy. Because then you can use your black deck to sweep up like the small things and then make sure this gets value. Or you can be like, you know, I'll swing into the big purple things and then hit the last thing they have active with this.
This would be a banger in Sakazuki.
This would be super good. I'm already like thinking of all the ways I could brew with this card, because this is like, this is such a classic Magic card to me that I'm like, ooh, I really want to play with it. That being said,
feels cool.
3.5.
Yeah, I think
I'm pretty high on this card.
I think I don't like when I bounce the opponent hand. Personally,
I do when it's 2.
Yeah,
that's the thing. If it was 3, I'd be down there with you. Literally, the fact that it's 2 and it has trigger.
2 is so good. 2 is so good. Yeah, you know what?
We need to make our video. We've been talking about. We need to make a video best 1 drops or like best X costs in the game, like top 10.
That's true.
We need to do that because like I know we have a heated debate over what the strongest 1 drop card in the game is.
I think it's Radical Beam, but
no, it's definitely Ice Age, brother. Anyway, Steam Murder, 2 cost counter event. Buggy Pirates, up to 1 of your leaders or characters gets 3k for the battle. And then after this, discard 2 cards in your hand. Place the same number of cards you discarded from the top of your deck into the trash. I'm confused. Trigger draw card. So you're, without spoiling, do you play this card? Is there like a combo with this card that we're trying to like fill trash with? Or based on the fact you're reading it, I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no. So maybe this is
discarding cards is bad.
Yeah, maybe this is secretly a Nami card.
Oh, I mean, yeah, maybe.
Where it's like, I'm gonna get puddinged anyway, so I'll like discard these 2 and mill 2, you know, maybe?
Dude, wait. Oh, wait, yeah, that's great.
Because that's trigger draw card.
Yeah.
It's a Buggy Pirates card, but it's secretly a Nami card.
This is a Nami card. This is a Nami card.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Because you filter out 2 of the cards from your hand, and then you
don't filter because you don't draw. You just discard.
Oh, correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, like you pitch 2 bricks or whatever. I guess I don't.
Or
think
this
Nami
is the
has
brick,
bricks.
and you just play it for the draw, you know, and like in case you have to.
Yeah.
Cool. Secret Nami card obtained.
Secret Nami card, yeah, 100%.
Two otherwise, though.
Yeah. Why are we putting cards in the trash in Buggy Leader? That's actually so...
I feel like it's... Isn't there something that recurs from trash? Is there none?
No, there's nothing that recurs. I mean...
Okay, yeah, this is weird.
Yeah, I don't know. It's really weird. This is a Nami card.
Karai Bali.
Karai Bali.
Sorry about that. Yeah, just hit me with the rating here. Well, let me stop talking. Let me stop talking so it's clean, and then you can hit me with the rating.
Yeah, so this is a 2 for me.
Cool. Karai Bali. Is that what this is called? There's a translation issue.
I don't actually know.
I feel like I've never like seen the name of it said or like really recognized it. But this is of course the Cross Guild headquarters. One drop stage text activate main. Place 2 cards in your hand, bottom of your deck in any order. Rest the stage. If you're the US Cross Guild, draw 2 cards. Very like Logtown-esque.
Not who's wrong in Burgundy now? Firstly, okay. Secondly,
okay. I did it once. You did it. Every single card in red.
Okay, all right. It says text there though. You see how it happens? All right. Anyway, this card's fine.
Yeah. I'm wondering how well this plays because like this is obviously like a 2. It's a little nicer because you get to recur it every time, so selection. Yeah. But I definitely see like what we're going for here is that actually sorry, it's a 1.5. It's cross skill lock. Sorry, for the leader. But yeah, I definitely see like in Buggy, it's like you really only care about like 4 cards, like the Buggy, the Croc, the Mihawk, and the 2-get counter that can play the Lion. Those are the strongest 4 cards of your deck for like obtaining your main win conditions from my perspective without trying the deck yet. And so being able to every turn filter 2 cards. And you can filter out the extra copies of this with it. Seems pretty good in that regard, but obviously otherwise in the larger card span, it's not very powerful.
Yeah. So that's what it feels like. Every single time I play this card, it feels like I'm locked into. I have 1 card that I really don't want to bottom, and then 1 card that I really do want to bottom, or something like. So if I had 5 cards, 4 of them I want to keep, 1 of them I want to bottom, and it always kind of feels bad. I'll be real. But it does a good job of getting rid of itself, but finding this in life also is painful. So it is I think a preference tech piece. You need to see certain cards. You need to see that 10 cost Buggy. So
not to make a pun here, but you're kind of like, it feels like you're tight roping a lot with this deck where you need to like push a bunch of cards onto the board as fast as possible, but you also then are alleviating the number of counter power you have in your hand, and this putting you down a card just for playing in the first place. And not ever generating advantage then like doesn't help with that problem. Also like you said, like you play this card, if you don't play it literally on your first like turn or 2, when you are going to activate, you might only have like 4 cards in your hand to choose from. And so you're going to actually have to get rid of something that you care about because it's not up to 2, it's place 2.
Yep. It's particularly harder in this deck too because of the multiplay, like the single multiplay body. I don't know.
Totally.
It's rough. Yeah, this is a 1.5 as well for me.
And that is it for our blue cards. Let us know in the comment section down below what you are most excited to play, especially with this Buggy Leader. And unlike me, remembering to activate the ability more than once in a turn. Of course, if you guys are watching this today, let's go public. We have red and green already up publicly. And then the rest of the colors, purple, black, and yellow, are already up for our members of the channel who support us each and every month with our amazing content. So check out the channel for more awesome One Piece content, and we'll see you on the next one.
Bye.